As the golden leaves of October 1962 began to fall, the world unknowingly teetered on the edge of an abyss. The arena was set, not in the remote corridors of desolation, but against the sultry backdrop of the Caribbean, where the foxtrot of the Cold War transformed into a perilous tango. The Cuban Missile Crisis had begun, casting its ominous shadow over the globe, with the hands of fate precariously balancing on the alpha and omega of humanity's existence. The actors in this high-stakes drama were none other than the young, charismatic President John F. Kennedy of the United States and the wily Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev. An aerial ballet of spy planes above the verdant Isle of Cuba unveiled an earth-shattering encore. The construction of Soviet nuclear missile sites, each a dagger pointed directly at the heart of American territory. What followed was not mere chance nor destiny scribbled in the stars, but the conscious choices of men holding the power of gods. At the White House, the hallowed halls echoed with the dread and deliberation of XCOM, the trusted ensemble of advisors caught in the eye of a storm. Kennedy stood at the helm, steering through the tempest, braving the opposition of Khrushchev's strategic gambit. It was the ultimate chess match, with each move bearing weight far beyond the confines of the board. Tensions soared to a fever pitch, a crescendo of unparalleled intensity, as the United States confronted an existential danger that lurked uncomfortably close to its borders. Military action loomed, a specter that could unleash mutual annihilation, yet inaction threatened to topple the balance of global power. Robert F. Kennedy, the president's confidant and brother, was a beacon of restraint, whispering caution where others thundered for confrontation, forever wary of igniting the inferno of World War III. The blockade, so benignly termed a quarantine, ensnared Cuba in its maritime grip, the Kennedy administration's non-violent show of force. As Soviet ships laden with unknown intent plowed the Caribbean towards the impalpable line in the water, the breath of the world hitched, frozen in collective anxiety. The confrontation seemed inevitable until a flicker of hope arrived, an olive branch extended via a secret communiqué from Khrushchev, clouded subsequently by a discordant public demand. The resolution of the conflict was akin to a ballet danced behind the curtains, with Robert Kennedy and Soviet ambassador Anatoly Dobrynin pirouetting in the shadows of diplomacy. A grand pas de deux unfolded as the Soviets pledged to dismantle their Cuban fortresses, and the Americans in turn vowed silence on the future demise of missiles nestled in Turkish soil. With bated breath the world awaited, until at last the decreed withdrawal of Soviet missiles from Cuba sliced through the tension. Hearts across continents resumed their rhythms, relief seeping through clenched jaws and white-knuckled grips. In the weeks that followed, Kennedy emerged, a statesman sculpted by the winds of near desolation, his stature only magnified. Conversely, Khrushchev's meteoric surrender burnt through his political capital, setting the stage for his untimely political exit. Yet, the Cuban Missile Crisis was more than a tapestry of political prestige. It was a canvas of reflection, etched with the profound lessons of international diplomacy, the sanctity of back-channel dialogue, and the raw fragility of the human condition. Out of the smoldering embers of the crisis arose the red telephone, a beacon of direct communication to evade the fog that once brought the world to the precipice. Thus, the narrative that unfurled over those tense 13 days of October remains immortalized, a cautionary tale of the thin line between peace and obliteration, a testament to the resilience of hope against the shadow of annihilation. If you've enjoyed this quick tidbit of a moment in history, please like the video and consider subscribing for more content. See you on the next one.